Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Welcome back to today our story time video today. So today we'll be talking about Copernicus model. It solved the mystery of the universe and how his model was make sense after when the Galileo discovered the telescope and Newton given the gravity law and the Kepler told that the earth is rotating on a tilted axis. So we'll look into this the history of the geocentric model and the heliocentric model in today's video. So let's get started.
Yeah.
So the first, the Aristotle model was given. What was the name of the model?
The geocentric model.
What does it mean?
It meant that the Earth was in the middle of the Earth was in the middle, and all the other planets and stars would orbit it.
Yeah. So the Earth is at the center, and all the planets, the sun and the stars move around Earth. And who is holding the Earth?
God.
God. So that was the initial belief, and that belief lasted for thousands of years. Okay, so the people believed at that time, around the before the 14th century, that the Earth is at the center. That is called the geocentric model, and that there was a strong religious belief on that the Earth is held by the God, and all the planets move around that. Okay, so that was the initial belief for that. Then the Copernicus came.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he solved the mystery of the universe. Okay, so let's see. So you see in the picture the geocentric model. At the center is the Earth, and everything is moving around them. And when the Copernicus model came, then he told that there are something that does not make sense.
Mm-hmm.
For example, we have the 4 seasons. Yeah. Why there is 4 seasons? If you see in the night, then some stars are brighter, some are dim. Okay, why this is happening? So this kind of questions was not answered by the geocentric model.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are a lot of the question in the Copernicus mind that is not. If this is true,
Yeah.
then why this thing doesn't make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So he gave. He thought another model that is called the heliocentric model. Okay?
Heliocentric model.
Yeah, what is called the heliocentric model?
Heliocentric model. Do you have any idea?
What is? Do you know helium? What is helium?
It's a
It's
gas.
a gas.
What is its property?
Burning.
Like the sun is what? Sun is made of helium. It is
A
always
ball
burning.
of helium.
Yeah. So Copernicus gave the heliocentric model. That means the sun is at the center. And all the planets of the solar system is moving around the
Sun.
sun. So it is the Earth is not at the center. So that was his model. But let's see. He did not publish his work right away.
Mm-hmm.
There are the reasons we will discuss later on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how his idea was supported by the other scientists. So then after in 14th century, one of the mathematicians from Poland came. His name is Nicholas Copernicus.
Yeah.
Okay. So he born in 1473, and he noticed the problem that we discussed before, that we have the different seasons. We have the some in the night, some the stars are brighter, some are dim. Why it is that?
Mm-hmm.
Why these seasons are different? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he noticed this kind of problem in geocentric model. Okay, so it is we are talking about 14th century. So it is not very far. How many years from now?
600.
Yeah, 700 years we are talking about. Six, seven
eight
generation, let us say.
Yeah,
We already know 3-4 generation. Yeah, is current in our head. So it is not very far. So we are talking just 6. Let us say the 8 generation before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, the Nicholas came, Copernicus,
Yeah.
and he thought something different. Okay. So at that time, he accepted the geocentric model, or he rejected it right away. What he said?
He didn't reject it, but
Mm-hmm.
he did some modification.
So he said that he did not rejected the concept of geocentric model,
Yeah.
but he just said that it needs some modification
Mm-hmm.
because some of the question is not answered by this model. Okay.
He just did some improvement.
Yeah, he just said that we need some kind of improvement in this model, because the reason is that at that time there was a strong religious belief, and if you speak against them,
Yeah.
then they can do anything. Okay, so that's why I believe due to that fear, he didn't spoke his model right away. He didn't publish his model right away. Okay, he kept with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He loves.
Yeah, so his model, we already discussed that his model was heliocentric model. You can see his picture. This is his photos. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he said that the sun is at the center, not the earth, like the people had believed in the past, geocentric model. Okay, and he was not only the mathematician.
Mm-hmm.
He also has given the theory in finance.
Finance.
Yeah, what is the name of that model? Do you remember we discussed before?
Quantity theory of money.
Quantity theory
of
of
money.
money.
He also gave his look. At that time there were no equipment, nothing. But these people have just thought by looking at the nature.
Yeah.
Just
Good observance.
Yeah, good observation.
Mm-hmm.
Just by observing the thing, they discovered there were no such telescope and nothing.
Yeah. No, not much resources.
Not much resources,
Mm-hmm.
tools and equipment. There was nothing. Just perception.
Wow.
Just by perceiving the nature.
Yeah.
And in the finance, he gave the quantity theory of money. What does it say?
Let's talk about maybe money.
Yeah, he talked that, let us say, if the economy of the country increases,
Yeah.
then the price of the goods also increases. For example, if you buy, let us say, one egg here in Canada, how much it costs?
Like
For
$1.
some cents.
Let us say $1.
$1. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the same egg, if you buy in the Asian country, it costs maybe, let us say, 10 cents or 15 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the egg is same, but why the price is different?
The economy difference.
Because the economy is different. Yeah.
Oh, so that is the
So that's his theory. He gave the 600, 700 before he thought. So if your economy increases, the price of the goods also increases.
The better your economy, the more it costs.
Yeah, the more costly will be the thing also. Okay. So it was not accepted by all the scientists.
Yeah.
But that was his initial thought, and we can see in the reality also.
And it makes sense too.
It makes sense
because if you want a good economy, then you need the balanced amount of money.
Yeah.
So that's why if the goods are high.
Yeah, but we are talking about the mathematics today, about the mystery of the universe. Okay,
Yes.
so let's focus on that.
Yeah.
So his model is the geocentric model, the heliocentric model.
Yeah.
And the sun is at the center of the system. Yeah?
Yeah.
At that time, there were no concept of the other universe. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because people cannot think there is other.
Because there is
galaxy.
no telescope.
Yeah.
No telescope.
At that time, the people were thinking this is the whole universe. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
So we are not talking about the other galaxy at that time because we don't know. Yeah. At that time, people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what happened is his theory came, okay, but he didn't publish the things. And the heliocentric model was supported by another scientist also.
Oh,
okay, so
let's
see.
scientist?
So if you see the Copernicus model, so So he explained that the earth is tilted, and that's why we have different seasons.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he modified that.
Yeah. So in the geocentric model, there was not the answer. This question was not answered.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
But in his model, that question was answered. And he kept his theory unpublished
Oh.
and waited for the end of his life. Why?
So, like, if there were people to protest against him, then,
Yeah.
like, if they killed him, it wouldn't matter either way.
And that
I
might be
think
one of the
because-
reasons because
yeah.
Yeah, he is out of fear. Maybe.
because he might have a fear of the strong religious belief, and if you say that that model is not working, geocentric model is wrong, then all the religious belief is scattered. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you are speaking against the religious belief. Yeah.
Yeah.
So due to that fear, that might be the reason that he didn't publish his work and kept
Secret.
to approach the end of the life. And when he will be thinking that I am going to, it is my the end of the life, then he will publish his work.
Wow.
Then it does not matter even though somebody do anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the situation at that time. Okay. So heliocentric model. There are a lot of scientists came after that, and let's see how the other scientists supported his theory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at that time, what was the happening was that there were so much invention going on. Okay, and there were revolution of thoughts. Okay, there were not the wars, but the revolution of thought, like the geocentric model, heliocentric model. And the scientists, different scientists comes with a different idea, try to make sense. So a lot of things were going on at that time because the people didn't know what is the right answer. Okay, so a lot of thought revolution was going at that time. Okay,
So they are fighting with their thoughts process.
they are fighting with their thought.
Thought
Okay,
process.
then
Yeah.
in 15th century, 1571,
Yeah.
another mathematician came whose name is Kepler.
Kepler.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which country he was?
Germany.
Yeah, Germany. Okay.
What?
And observed that the planets moves in eclipse, not in circle. Okay, so first time he gave his theory that before the people were thinking that the everything moves in circle. Okay, but he realized that no, it cannot be in circle; it is in eclipse. Okay, that's why we have summer and then winter. When you close to sun, then it feels hot. Yeah. When you are away from the sun, it feels cold. Okay, so he is the one. He gave that theory, and he said that it is the movement is not in perfect circle; it is in eclipse, and that perfectly matches with the Copernicus model. Yeah. So this scientist also supported his model by his observation.
Yeah.
Okay, and then finally comes. This is a very famous name. What is his name?
Galileo.
Galileo.
He looks so serious.
Everybody
How come
have-
all the scientists they have a long beard?
They don't have time to save. Yeah, they are so busy in thinking. So when which country
They're
is
so
the Galileo
serious.
born?
Oh. Which
Italy.
country?
Yeah,
Italy?
yeah, and
Most
which year?
of them are from Europe, huh?
Yeah. Mhm. So
Yeah,
he born in 1564. Okay, and I think he observed that the moon is orbiting around the Jupiter. Okay, then he observed. That means what? He has the telescope. He built the telescope. Yes,
Yeah?
and then he can see. Oh, the moon is orbiting the Jupiter. That means all the planet is not orbiting the Earth. So the geocentric model is false. If you can see with the eyes, then who can
Yeah, no.
ignore that?
Yes.
Nobody can ignore if you can see with the eyes.
Yes.
So when he came, then he supported the Copernicus model that the Earth is not at the center of the universe. That was believed for thousands of years.
Yeah.
So all the religious beliefs shattered at that time.
Yeah.
Everybody's mouth was closed. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Galileo supported he showed by the experiment, yeah. He discovered the tools to see the planets and said, look guys, it is not like that, what we are assuming.
Yeah.
Okay? And then finally came, everybody know his name. What is his name?
Isaac Newton,
Newton.
Newton. Which country he born?
UK,
And which year?
Okay.
1643.
It's not long before, yeah?
Just
How many hundreds before?
400, 500.
And what the theory he gave?
Gravity.
Law of Newton's gravity.
Yeah. So 500 years before, we didn't know what is gravity, yeah?
Oh.
You see, it's not very far.
Mhm.
It is just 5, 6, 7 generations before we are talking, yeah? Our forefathers, yeah?
Mhm.
And he came and he says, look guys, the earth is not at the center, holded by the God, but it is itself moving. And we are not falling like, let us say, if you see the earth is moving, then why the rocks are not falling?
Yeah.
Then he gave guys, look, this is the force of gravity he discovered. And that force of gravity holds everything. Whether you are in North Pole or South Pole, you will not fall into the space. Because it is all held by the gravity.
Gravity.
And it again supported the Copernicus model.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you see, initially in 14th century, the Copernicus gave his model, and that model
It
solved the
got
mystery.
built on.
Yeah. And then all the scientists did experiment, invented some theory by experiment and supported that model. And that what we understand now.
Connecting, yeah.
Connect. And now we have a powerful telescope. Then we know there is not only one galaxy Milky Way, but there are
Lots
billions
of
of other
galaxies.
galaxies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see with the telescope, and we can see on the satellite too.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what we can learn from this kind of the history. That is a scientist experiment.
Yeah. What
this
you
is-
learn.
This is not the folk tale.
No, it's a reality.
This is the reality. And the science, if something explains, you have to believe that it is by experiment that how the system works. If you say I don't accept what is gravity, then fall something, it will not fly. It has to come down. And that is the force of gravity. You cannot ignore that reality.
Yeah.
Because this is what we can perceive. And it is. So this scientist came and proved that the heliocentric model is true.
Yeah.
And
Not
that's
the
what we
geocentric.
believe.
Yeah.
So the people, you see, the people believed the many things in the religion and things, and we accept. And that we accept until somebody comes and then proves.
Proves.
Somebody has to discover. The knowledge is already here in the universe. Just we have to figure out what is that knowledge that supports, and when that makes sense, then we go, oh, this. Because what our belief is that has to perceive by our 5 senses. If we are not able to perceive by 5 senses, then what we call? We live on the God.
Yes.
Because if
Yes.
something we cannot do, then
Yeah.
what you can do? There is no way.
No.
Instead of hammering your mind, just believe that it is done by God.
Yeah.
But there has to come somebody like the youngster, like you people, has to come in front.
Him.
Yeah.
I'm getting old.
Yeah. and come, look, this doesn't make sense, but if you can come up with some theory
Yeah.
and some observation, you don't have to do the big things. You have to just look the nature and how it functions. Okay? You might have to read something, you study a lot, and come up with the answer. There are a lot of unknown questions still. Okay?
Yeah.
So we have to come up with the answer, and then
What
we,
you like? Sorry. What you
Yeah.
like about this?
I liked how it started from one model and then it got built on by many different other scientists.
Mhm.
And then it became reality.
Yeah.
How can we use that theories in our real life?
What we can learn from this kind of science history.
There's always something to build on.
Yeah, there is always some mystery that we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's why there's
Yeah, we should
PhD.
not prove anyone wrong,
That's why
Yeah.
there's
but you
always
can just
teaching.
modify it.
Until you have the right answer.
Yeah.
Now you see in the current world there are lots of religions. There are lots of God. Some religions say this, some religions say that. Yeah, there are different gods. But you have to come up with the answer. What is the right thing? Okay? So until don't have answer, the people will have a different belief. And when somebody can prove that, okay, this is the God or this is the thing, then we have to understand. But until don't come up with the answer, we don't know. So we don't say that this is right or this is wrong because we don't know.
We don't
If
know.
I don't know, I will say I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So to prove that, someone has to come in front and do some experiment and find out the answer.
Yeah.
And that is only the thing human can do, because only human can do. There is no other species on this planet that can do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God give us that power.
So we have to come up with the things. So
Okay.
don't say that you believe this, you don't believe this until you have proof of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so from this kind of science experiment, there is always curiosity to learn and discover and support these theories, yeah?
Yeah.
After that, the Einstein came and he gave another level of theory.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, so thank you very much, and then the next time we'll come up with a different science history, and then what we can learn from that, we'll discuss that.
To inspire the young minds.
Yeah,
Okay.
the young minds. Thank you, bye-bye, see you next time.
Take care.